Well, we're here again actually for another episode of Drinks and Comics. And this is our 4th episode, and it's a lot of fun. It's cool, man.
We're getting into groove. It's cool.
Yeah. And today we got some drinks to talk about, and I'm going to be fully honest. I made my drink. I recorded my drink. I drank like 2 drinks of it, and I thought it was disgusting, so I dumped it out. And people can tell me that it's alcohol, what do they call that? Abuse, alcohol abuse, all you want. It was fucking gross. And the thing is that I've quickly realized that I like a white Russian, but cream and alcohol in my gut don't mix. So
I know
there'll be no more cream-based drinks coming from this side of the house.
Which is funny because I have a cream-based drink today.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about Sabrina, right?
We are. We're going to talk about the chilling adventures of Sabrina.
Off of Netflix.
Yep. Based off a comic book. But yeah, we're going to talk about that here just a minute after we make some drinks. And you see Kenric make a drink he doesn't drink, and I'll make a drink that I actually do drink.
There you go. Let's do this.
Yeah. Right now I'm good.
All right, we're back. Hopefully you guys saw my amazing Smith & Wesson, which I completely hated. I mean, it just was, and then Johnny made, what'd you make?
So I used the instructions to make an Irish coffee Royale, which is an Irish coffee with brandy in it.
Nice.
But instead of using Irish cream, I used French vanilla cream because I like French vanilla cream, not Irish cream.
Oh, interesting.
So
would it?
Yeah, it came out pretty good.
Royale?
So that's it's a French Royale. It's a French coffee Royale, I guess.
Right. Because you're not using it. What does it call for? Like Bailey's Irish cream?
It just said Irish cream in general. So.
Oh well, usually Irish cream has alcohol in it. So.
Right. But I made it with.
Because what's the saying? The Irish would rule the world if they didn't drink.
Right. They probably would. But I'll say I like all my coffee with French vanilla, and I like brandy, so mix them together, and it was pretty good. So
you're funny.
I know. So Sabrina.
Yeah, so Sabrina. But before we get into Sabrina, let's remind everybody: if you like what you hear and you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, give us a little thumbs up, and we'll keep making these things. And we're going to make them anyways. But help us out. It's a lot of fun, and it helps us. So
tell all your friends.
Tell all your friends. Share it across all your social medias.
Share it everywhere.
Share it everywhere. So today we're gonna go over Sabrina.
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Sabrina? I watched the whole thing. Yeah, Kayla and I binged it because we watched the first couple episodes, and
what'd you think?
I liked all of it except for the ending. Obviously, spoilers for this show as we go into this. Clearly,
yeah.
But
you didn't like the end. Well, it's not really over though. I mean, that's just the end of basically chapter 1.
Right, and that's why I'm okay with it, right? Because as a whole season, the ending pisses me off. But as a chapter where I know it's going to continue, okay, this is setting it up for something really good at the end, or something good next time.
Have they announced chapter 2?
No, they haven't announced anything that I'm aware of. Yeah, they haven't announced it, but they're going to, because the show, I'm sure it did well. Everybody was talking about it on social media.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't know I was going to like it because I wasn't really a fan of the one in the 90s because it wasn't geared towards me. Wasn't geared towards my age group.
It was total campy.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with campy. It was just beyond, For me, it felt like it was like watching, I don't know, Disney Family now. You know,
it was sitcom Sabrina, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So
this was very dark though.
No, it's very dark, and there's some shocking scenes in it where you're like, what, like when she cut the throat of that girl.
Oh God, dude, that was I was not. I did not expect her to actually do it.
I mean, I knew they
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna do something, but I didn't expect it. It was like it came out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God.
Right. Well, that and like the whole thing is like an allegory or a metaphor for like people who are super into Christianity, right? Because they're like it's all about Satanism, but they're treating it very much like the Christian church, but people who are over into it and like it basically an occultism, right, of the Christian church, but done to Satan, not to God.
Right.
And I was like, this is, I mean, it goes pretty far. Now, I don't know. Have you read the comic it's based off yet at all or looked at it?
No, I've never. I mean, I know the comics. I know that she had her first appearance in Archie, I think Madhouse something, number 22.
Right. I was just meaning the comic series this show is based off of.
No, I didn't know there was a comic book series. I did pick up Netflix, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina #1, and Netflix is actually doing a series of comic books based off some of their shows, which is kind of cool. And so I picked that one up on Wednesday. That
might be. I wonder if that's a new comic or not, because the show is based off a 2014 series called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Like it's
okay.
If you read it, it's pretty much the same thing, but the comic book's even darker than the show is. Like it's
really?
It's more occulty. It's more brutal. It's more. I mean, there's a whole in the ending of the first issue. Spoilers for the comic and for the show, probably for season 2.
Yeah.
The end of the first issue has her mom coming out of the swamp dead with her face burnt off and like half like rotten, scald face, naked.
Wow.
Going back to find everybody. Yeah. It's and the art is fantastic in it too.
Oh, that is kind of cool. That is cool.
Yeah. I can't remember the names. I should look it up before we do this, but I can't remember the name of the guy who wrote it, but the guy who wrote this story it's based off of is the same guy who also wrote The Afterlife for Archie. Which was like this series where Archie was
they did a whole bunch of like Afterlife and undead Archie stuff out of I don't know. I don't want to say it's out of nowhere, but it felt like out of nowhere to me.
Well, they did. Archie went through this whole like I don't want to say rebranding, but basically what they took their characters
like through a renaissance, maybe.
Right. Archie's always had this not cutting edge, but they're a family friendly comic book, but they also push the envelope in the same way, right? Like Archie died while protecting his gay friend in before he went to Afterlife of Archie, and then when they brought Archie back to the living, it was with Mark Waid and Fiona Staples. They were the ones who wrote the new Archie series.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then out of that came they brought back Sabrina and the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and then that brought on the TV show. That's also what brought on Riverdale. So
yeah. Oh, so the Riverdale that we see on CW is based off of this?
I believe it's based off of the Archie series by Mark Waid and Fiona Staples.
Because isn't that how they introduced Sabrina? Is through that show?
I'm not caught up enough to know that, but I heard they were going to, but I can't honestly tell you if they did or didn't. I don't remember. I didn't watch it. I've only watched the first half season of Riverdale because there's so much TV to watch.
Right. There's so much TV. If you really get into it, there's a lot out there. It's getting ridiculous.
Tons. Yeah.
There's too much. Yeah. People talk about shows, and I'm just like, have you watched it? Yeah, you got to watch it. I'm like, there's too many. I can't keep
too much good stuff, man. Yeah. It's a good time to be a nerd with watching TV.
It's a good problem to have, right?
Right. It means when they stop making them, I'll have plenty of stuff to watch in the future.
Right. Oh, did you watch this? No, I never did. Oh, you should watch that. Okay.
But now I will.
Yeah, no, I binged it, man. I watched it like in a day and a half. I started watching it, and then before I knew it, I was halfway through the first day. I was halfway through it. I was like, oh, I gotta calm down. I wanted it to last a little bit.
It's only 10 episodes, but I mean, they did. Yeah. The girl who plays Sabrina does a fantastic job.
She does.
She looks like really she walked out of the comic. She's great in the role. All in all, I really enjoyed the show. The ending did piss me off because I didn't want that to happen, but I understand why they made that. I understand why they did it.
Right. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. I want to see what happens with Nicholas Scratch.
Yeah.
Because Old Scratch, that's an old name for Satan.
Oh yeah.
So it's like Nicholas Scratch. I'm like, oh, is that like Satan in disguise and not telling anybody?
Yeah, so one thing I'll spoil for you out of the comic books they didn't do in the show. Crinkle, is it Harvey? They get the Ross Lynch's character, the boyfriend.
Yeah.
In the comics, when the mind collapses, he dies.
Oh.
Yeah, so they changed that for the show. Yeah, because But the show that
hasn't Harvey always been her boyfriend though? Like even in the comic books from like the 60s?
I don't know. I haven't read much old Sabrina, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, either have I. I just know that Harvey was in the TV show from the 90s.
Yeah, but I think in the comics, the chilling adventures from because I've read the first volume, and it's like they try to take a lot of things you think you know about Sabrina and turn them on their head and make this is a more adult, a more occulty version of it in the vein of afterlife and in the vein of what this writer's trying to tell.
Yeah, they take it more of that, like if this was real.
Right.
You know.
Well, real with magic and Satan.
Yeah, well, I mean, real as far as you suspend your disbelief, obviously. But I mean, they just took a very more, I shouldn't say realistic approach, but just a very more dramatic and you know,
didn't hold back.
Yeah, there's not a lot of joking around in it.
Right, not too many jokes, but I mean, there was some funny moments. But yeah. So ultimately, what do you think of it?
Funny moments, but they're just moments.
Yeah. Ultimately, what do you think of it? You thought it's worth watching for people?
I think it's very much worth watching. I can't wait for the part 2.
Nice.
You know, and I read an article online where the Church of Satan, the guy that wrote the Bible, is suing the show for the statue that's in it, because it's obviously a copy of the statue that's in the real Church of Night or Satan Church or whatever. I don't know what they call it. I don't. Yeah, and I apologize. I have no clue.
But can a religious statue be copyrighted? I mean,
well, I feel like this. Look, you want to be taken as a serious religion, then you're gonna have to deal with that kind of stuff and be okay with it,
right?
Because the Catholic Church isn't suing everybody over crosses,
right? I mean, and watch Daredevil. Daredevil's all about Catholicism and rights and wrongs and good and bad. I mean,
yeah. There's a lot to it. So if you want to be a big boy religion, you're gonna have to deal with big boy, consequences and people making fun of it and people making fun of you and putting it out as a joke on TV shows is just part of the game. And if you can't handle that, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Exactly.
So, especially when it comes to a religion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, religion has this, not to put anybody off, but religion has a way of opening itself up for jokes and for parody.
Yeah. I mean, really, it shouldn't be taken seriously. And really, if they really wanted to get people in, it's probably a good way to get people interested in what their message is, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested in any of that kind of stuff, but I mean, it's just, except for in my comic books and in my movies.
Right. But if you are, that's fine. You can be interested all you want.
Yeah. You can be all that kind of fun stuff. So I think we're going to end it there.
I think that's it. I kind of feel like we feel like we're on a podcast. We should keep going, but I think we're past our time for this show.
It is. Yeah, exactly. So don't forget, we are heard everywhere. Well, we're here on YouTube, and I think we're going to start putting these out on Facebook as well. And there's some other locations, but we also have a podcast called Spoiler Country, and that is heard everywhere podcasts are heard. If you're interested in seeing that, head over to scpod.net. That's scpod.net, and you can check us out there. Or if you have a smartphone, like maybe something like this, and you can totally bring up your podcatcher, look up Spoiler Country, and we'll be there, and you'll hear a lot of conversations just like this, but longer.
But longer, a lot more, and a lot of tangents. And just as of now, if you have an Alexa, you can add an Alexa skill to have us put into your flash briefing to get updates from our shows.
That's right. That's brand new. That just came out yesterday.
Yeah, that just got approved and certified yesterday and that's amazing. So I'm happy to have that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool. So there you guys go. We will talk to you later. And what's your tagline, Johnny?
Keep drinking, keep reading.
Yeah, baby.